Hi, this is Payanna and welcome to my channel. So it's being stuck in confinement month, and whilst everyone else is complaining about the fact that they can't go outside and it's terrible, I'm having the time of my life. I've been getting through my books at unprecedented speed. It's been amazing and everything's working fine apart from the internet. You know, there's always something that doesn't work. With technology and me, we're not friends, but apart from that, it's been awesome. It's wonderful. Anyway, so a while ago I read Uprooted by Naomi Novik and I adored it. It was amazing. It was like Jane Eyre with magic. It was just so good. And I was really excited to read some of Naomi Novik's other work, so I started with the first book in the Temeraire series, and needless to say, I wasn't disappointed. Will Lawrence is the captain of a British Navy vessel during the Napoleonic Wars when his crew capture a French vessel on which they find an egg, a dragon egg, which they then claim for the crown. The ship's surgeon has a bit of knowledge on dragons and dragon eggs, and he's able to tell them that the egg is almost ready to hatch. And once it's hatched, the crew very quickly need to find someone who is able to get a harness on the baby dragon and get it to speak, else it will become wild and untamed, and they just can't deal with an untamed baby dragon in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Whoever will manage to put a harness on the dragon will create a bond between themselves and the dragon which will last for life, meaning that they'll have to go and join the British Aerial Corps, where they'll have to live a solitary life entirely devoted to their dragon and isolated from society, meaning they won't be able to have a family. Crew draws lots as to who will be handed this rather alienating task, and one of the sailors ends up being given the harness. Only when the baby dragon hatches, it's completely uninterested in the man with the harness and instead chooses Captain Lawrence to be his handler. The dragon speaks to Captain Lawrence, who then proceeds to put the harness on him and decides to name him Temeraire after the famous ship, the Fighting Temeraire. You know which one that is. You've all seen that Turner painting. At first, Lawrence is rather unhappy with this new position he has because it means he'll no longer be able to be a Navy officer. He will have to break off his engagement with a young woman back in England, and he will become a disgrace to his family because it turns out the British Aerial Corps and their dragons aren't very well seen by everyone else. However, he soon warms to his new companion and his rather amazing intelligence, and soon finds that there is immense pleasure to be taken when the animal grows and he's able to ride it in flight. Upon his return to the UK, he is sent north to a training camp where he and Temeraire will learn the art of aerial combat, and upon arriving there he makes several astonishing discoveries, such as the flight instructor being a dragon himself, and that the corps employs women because some dragons will only accept female handlers. So I love it when a book kind of just screams that an author was really thinking, how can I combine my twin passions of dragons and the Napoleonic Wars? Oh wait, let's give Britain an aerial corps with dragon riders. Yeah. And it goes into like great detail of all the dragons and all the different species, and like each country has their different breeds. So you've got the British breeds, you've got the French breeds, you've got the Spanish breeds, and the Chinese breeds, because if there's one nation on earth that knows about dragons, it's China. So I didn't get quite as big a buzz out of this as I did when I was reading Uprooted, but I did really love it though, and Lawrence is such a lovely character because he's just so kind of kind and full of empathy, And the thing about him is, like, he became a dragon handler kind of by accident, whereas all the others have been training for it ever since they were children. So he has a very different approach to his dragon, because he hasn't been brought up kind of being taught dragons are like this and this and this. He was just like handed a dragon, he had no experience, didn't know about these creatures at all, and kind of discovered things as he went along. So he has like a very different philosophy about it, which then like the friends he makes when he goes to the training camp kind of think, yeah, actually this is how we do things, and they kind of listen to his ideas and like, yeah, that's a good idea. So there's this sort of lovely cauldron of kind of sharing and helping and all the kind of the way they deal with their dragons, which is just insanely pleasing. I'll be reading book 2 very, very shortly, but the rest of the series is currently stuck in the post because there's still no post. One book that I ordered about over a month ago probably has come, but all the rest of them are still out there somewhere, so it's frustrating. So that was the first novel in the Temeraire series, which is called His Majesty's Dragon by Naomi Novik, and I really hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye! Dragons. Who doesn't? Seriously.